Hello there. It is still October, still the spooky season, and thank goodness it's spring. Probably not what the Northern Hemisphere thinks of October as being, but I am so glad to see the sun again. However, in pursuit of the All Hallows Eve Halloween spooky season, I am still trying to read Stephen King's Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Short stories, getting through a few of them this October. It's been a great month for that at least. So, first of all, in here, The House on Maple Street. 5 stars. Again, I was choosing, The House on Maple Street I largely chose because in this book, it comes with a cardboard page illustration, which I will show you in a second. There we go. The House on Maple Street. And when I took this book to the beach with me this morning, or was it yesterday? When I took this book to the beach with me, I had forgotten to take a bookmark. And I thought, oh, this cardboard, perfect bookmark, right? Can't go past that. So I read The House on Maple Street. And I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'd give that short story a 5 stars. One of the things I often forget about Stephen King is that he is also a horror writer, but also a science fiction writer. And this one had a distinctly science fiction tinge. So we start with Brian, who's noticed something odd on the 3rd floor of their house in America, somewhere in America. The family have just come back from 3 months in England, and there's this rip in the walls. So you're getting the rats in the walls type vibes, only this isn't rats and this isn't organic, it's metallic. So Brian, who is 5, I'm going to say, goes and gets his older sister, who is 7, swears her to silence. She will not tell anyone, so it takes her about 2 hours to do that. She tells her older sister, or is it? No, it's the other way around. Youngest one, 5, Melissa, finds it first. Swears Brian to secrecy. Brian swears to secrecy. 2 hours later, he tells his older sister, probably, who then tells the oldest brother. So we've got 5, 7, maybe 12, maybe 15, or 4 kids, essentially. 2 are in what we would call high school and 2 are in primary school. They've all found this thing in the walls. Now, they're in this weird circumstance. They've just come back from this 3-month sabbatical. Their father had died and their mother, a widow, had married a second man who wants to be called Father Lou or Papa Lou or something equally creepy. Now I need to know what that is. Okay. And none of them like him. Lou. Just Lou. Okay. None of them like him. He doesn't treat the kids particularly well, but he doesn't treat their mother particularly well either. And they're in this house and they've got no adult to tell, and there's something weird. All the walls are being infected. And the oldest girl, I think her name's Laurie, mentions it looks like it's growing. Metallic things don't grow, but it does feel very like this. So you've got this strange kids isolated what to do next horror. It is a really great short story. It's a good science fiction story. It's fun. The ending is amazing. But it also has moments of real humanity to it, because you've got this point at which none of the kids like their stepfather, Lou, but the girl is particularly scared that he's going to end up killing her mother, if not intentionally, then through neglect. And she goes, I think he'll even be a little bit sorry because he loves her, kinda. And if he isn't there, she'll be kind of sorry because she loves him, kinda. There's a depth to the personalities and a recognition of the complexities of human emotions and emotional ties in this reasonably short story that is very impressive. So 5 stars, I liked it a lot. Then I read Crouch End. So this is Stephen King's tribute to Lovecraft, and it was first published in something called New Tales of the Cthulhu Mythos. And this one was very good as well. It started off in a police station in Crouch End in London, which is a small borough which we imagine as some sort of interstitial tiny suburb. And this American woman has just come, she's told this fantastical, incredible story, and the young copper doesn't believe it, and the older copper goes, oh, you don't know, there's some weird things that happen, Crouch's End. And he expounds on the theory of there being dimensions, which the young guy has never heard of and doesn't believe in. He images it like a great ball with air in the middle, but at some places on the outside the leather has been rubbed really thin so strange things can leak through. It's a pretty good story. I love that it was set in London. I love that interstitial London falling through to the Cthulhu land and back again. It was a good story. It was pretty creepy in that Lovecraftian way, but written with a bit of more modern attitude and writing that is Stephen King. So I'd give that one a 4-star. And finally, The 10 O'Clock People. So this was a great version of the aliens / monsters among us type tale. That's so many people have done that in so many ways, from Roald Dahl's The Witches through to Heinlein's The Puppet Masters. You've got all these ways of there is something out there and it's slowly absorbing people. It's a great story. It's a great theme. It's kind of a timeless theme. And this one was imagined really, really well. It starts with our main protagonist who goes out for his 10 o'clock cigarette break somewhere in America this time. Boston, that's it. In Boston. He works in some big fancy banking house? Something like that. He's on his way out for his smoke. He's heading out into the square to find a little place to sit down, light up his cigarette. And all of a sudden, someone out the corner of his eye catches movement, and he suddenly sees this well-dressed person. And it's a bit American Psycho in that it describes the value and brand of its shoes and the value and brand of his suit and where his tie comes from. All of that kind of went whoosh, whoosh for me. I've got no idea what those things are. But the way it was presented is this wealthy, based on his suit and shoes, person is going into the bank. He's carrying a briefcase. We're told what brand it is, whatever. But then our main protagonist, Brandon? Pearson. Let's just go with Pearson. Pearson realizes that instead of a head, there's this weird black, pulsing, vibrating, pustule popping, black vein thing without proper eyes or mouth. It's a monster head. And he makes this little sound of someone who's too terrified even to scream. And then before he can scream, someone else grabs his hand, talks him through it, says you can't scream, they'll know that you can see them. It's a great story in that Monsters Among Us scene. And the really fun thing about this one that I really liked was the idea that smokers are a different tribe. Now, I like this because I used to be a smoker. Most people my age were. Most of us started smoking in our teens. And quitting smoking is really difficult. But for those of us who are walking that line in the 90s, which is when I expect the 10 o'clock people was written, it's certainly when it's set, you had that turnover period between everyone smoking and everyone hating on smokers. And the idea that people who smoke are this tribe apart, who've got their own gestures, their own shrugs, their own grimaces when someone says no smoking, like that song, a no smoking sign on your cigarette break, that there's an actual tribe of people whose subliminal bonding is purely based on the fact that they're smokers. That was a great idea. I also like the idea that there are people, if you just get just the right level of chemicals in your brain, that you will be able to see these monsters masquerading as people, whereas most non-smokers can't see them and most smokers can't see them. Only people who are right in the middle, who are trying to watch the number of cigarettes where the chemicals balance out in their brain. And none of that is a real spoiler. It's a great story. It's definitely got that monster scary element to it. It's a great story in concept. In actuality, I got bored a few times because after Pearson starts talking to the person who saved him from screaming and being found in a canal somewhere, we have a lot of exposition. Basically, you've got two people walking around while one person tells the other person all about everything that's happening. So there was exposition and more pages of exposition, and this isn't the shortest story in the world, so it felt like info dumping. The action in the last, I'm going to say maybe quarter of the story was good, and the ending is also pretty good. So overall, it was a good story, 3 stars, but the word count could definitely have come down on that one a little bit. Okay, 3 more stories from October, which has become short story reading season as well as spooky season. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Read good books or possibly even short stories. Read good short stories. That's not something you hear me saying very often. Have a great day.